Hey everybody, it's Ammon at Blue Forest Studios. The big day is here. Wait for it. Big drum roll. Terrible. That's the wrong side here. Well, no, there isn't a good side. This side would be good, right? Okay. Here we go. URSA Mini Pro 12K. I am pretty dang excited about this camera. So we decided we would, as quick as possible, do an unboxing for you and more importantly, show you everything you're gonna need to get this thing up and running. Cutting through the shrink wrap here. Here we go. I usually like doing this not on camera because it's more enjoyable. I don't have to think about how to open it, how to get on camera right. You just get to enjoy the experience. But here we go. Opened up, nice and bright. You're gonna get a welcome card, who cares? A sticker, who cares? Copy of DaVinci Resolve 16 Studio, you might care. People comment on the smell of these things. I don't really care about that either. I'm gonna pull out this box, which is the power supply. Just a regular 12-volt power supply. Very minimal. They don't even include the legacy power connector. I suppose you might have a box of those like I do, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead and pull the camera out. So here it is. It's pretty heavy. If you're familiar with the URSA Mini Pros, it's very, very similar. This is kind of interesting. They have a dial here that's switchable between iris, monitor, and focus. So I think that's probably the most useful button I can see on here. Everything else, you've got a menu dial that I would use the touchscreen menu for that. You've got your ND chart here, but your dial is up here. I'm not sure, but you got switches for ISO gain, shutter, white balance, record buttons here. That's a little different. All your SDI on the back here. You've got in, out, and reference, which is time code. Up here, just like the other cameras, you've got your SDI out and your 12-volt power. This is useful. Having a second output is kind of nice. The on-off switch, it's in an interesting place up here. On the other older cameras, it would actually be in here as a button inside here, a power button you'd have to hold down. This one is just a switch. Don't like rub your camera like a magic lamp or anything, because there's a switch right on the top. I often rub my camera like a magic lamp and the genie has never appeared.
And wrong.
All right, we've unboxed it. Now let's take it from a non-working camera and tell you everything you're gonna need. So let's start from this side. You're going to need a lens. If you don't own a PL mount lens, you will need a different mount. In this case, we have the EF mount, and you're gonna need a lens. Here's an EF mount lens. This is a Sigma 50 to 100 millimeter art lens. I'm gonna use a handle. This is a crappy one until we get a nicer one, but I don't like working with this camera without a handle. I don't wanna drop it. And there's nothing really to hold on to until you put a handle on it. So this is our temporary handle. And you're gonna need a battery mount plate. This is nothing on it right now. We're gonna add the plate. This is the Blackmagic's official one. They do make third-party ones. This one has always worked well for us, so we're gonna use that. This is a V-mount, so you'll need a V-mount battery. This is one that we have there. And of course, you're going to need some kind of media. This camera can do a wide variety of media. One example might be a CFast card. We have one there. We also have a USB-C drive. One side note here while we're talking about it, this camera can record at a very high bit rate, probably maybe higher than you're used to. Basically, you need at least 600 megabytes a second in order to record every frame rate and resolution of this camera. And according to the specs on this, we've never pushed it to the max because our camera's never been fast enough. This might be able to go to 900 megabytes a second. Sabrent has put an NVMe drive inside here. So we're gonna test that. This is our fastest drive that we currently have. We pre-ordered the sled, the SSD sled that's made by Blackmagic. It's on back order still. When that arrives, we'll do a video showing that. So that would go on. It'll make it a longer camera when you add it. So I think that's everything you'll need to get this camera working. All right, so we're gonna take the PL mount off. We're gonna put the EF mount on and a lens, and there will be a separate video showing this whole process in detail if you wanna follow along.
A few moments later.
All right, so we swapped our PL mount for our EF mount, and now we're going to install our V-mount battery plate on the back. And if you want to see a full video on how to do that, you can look at the description below.
More moments later.
All right, so we've got our EF mount installed. We've got our battery plate installed, a battery installed. We've tested it, it is powering up. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a lens. This is a Sigma 50-100 art lens, EF mount, of course. There's a USB-C port right on the back here, bottom right, if you're looking at the back of the camera. I don't have a mounting system yet. I'm just gonna hook it up and set it there for this test. All right, I am going to turn it on. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, and it's on. Whoa, there's our first image from the URSA Mini Pro 12K. It looks pretty good, actually. It looks very good. Rolling. Wow, it's burning through those frames. We've already recorded 30 seconds of 12K footage. This card is definitely flashing. It appears to be keeping up just fine. What did we say? 4,500 megapixels a second, roughly, although we're cheating a little bit by cropping the top and bottom. But in the thousands of megapixels per second, it's wow. There you go, it works. And that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds worth of 12K at 75 frames a second. And I'm cutting. Man, hold on to your wigs and keys. That's that's a lot of data.
Hold on to your
wigs and keys. There you have it. That's the full setup from not working to a functioning 12K camera. So thanks for watching. I am so excited about this new camera. So we're gonna do a lot more testing, a lot more videos. Stay tuned. Hopefully we're gonna provide some stuff that's really useful to you. We're gonna try and do intelligent and informative videos so that you can really make the most out of this URSA Mini Pro 12K. Thanks for watching.